What's going on, gardeners? This year I decided to increase the number of plants I grow vertically, but one question kept echoing in my head. Do gardeners trellis the right way? In this video I'll go through some of the structures I use to grow my plants vertically by showing you how I made them, give you my pros and cons for each of them, and by watching this video until the end, I'm sure you will learn with which plant is best that you use them. For all of you that are new here, I'm Jan, and welcome to my small garden quest, where you can see my gardening journey and learn a lot about gardening. So before we trellis our plants horizontally, let's dig into the main content. When I started gardening, some of you may remember, I made a trellis system for my tomatoes and cucumbers that used a plastic netting for their support. That trellis did its job. It supported quite a lot of tomatoes on my plants, but the thin plastic cut into some of my tomato stems, damaging them. Plus, at the end of the season, when the time came to tear it down, because of the plastic netting, I couldn't just throw it into my compost bin, and removing all the vines was a nightmare. As you can see, I overspent and over-engineered this trellis system, and still, at the end, it was the wrong one. Could I just have used a simple wooden pole? Sometimes less is more, and by using this simple pole as a support, we can say that. To grow your plants vertically, sometimes you can just stick a pole into the ground and you have a good support for your plants. This method is good for plants that don't climb on their own, but need to be tied to the pole, like indeterminate tomatoes or zucchini. But if you want to squeeze the maximum out of this vertical support without adding any work, grow pole beans on them. As the name suggests, pole beans are practically evolved to live on a pole. When they grow, they twine around the pole, going higher and higher. Another benefit of this vertical growing method, beside the fact that it's the simplest method to make, comes when the time to tear it down arrives. With the tomatoes, you can just cut the ties, and with the pole beans, you can just slide the whole plant down the pole without much work and throw it into the compost bin. Not like the netting I had for my tomatoes and cucumbers that took me ages. And the only downside of this trellising method is that you are limited with your plant selection. So what about all the plants that have tendrils, who can climb on their own, like cucumbers? The pole method wouldn't be ideal for them, because they need a lot of places where the tendrils can hook and help them climb. And the pole? Well, the pole has the least number of places where the tendrils can hook. So, we need another method. A method that is free to make, like the pole method, but will allow an easy climb for plants with tendrils. We need a wooden archway trellis like this. With it, our plants will easily climb on their own. To achieve that, when we'll make this trellis, we'll space the branches in that way that they will be close enough so that the plant can climb, but still be apart so that the plant won't entangle itself on them. To make them, you simply secure 4 corner branches and bend them in the shape of an arch. Then, with some twine, secure the rest of branches, making whatever design you like. Here I made a heart to represent the love I put in the garden. And if you are also putting all the love into your gardens, make sure to dig that like button. When creating this type of structure, my tip would be to use young branches that are flexible and to cut them in the springtime before the foliage had a chance to burst. And if a specific part is too stiff and won't bend, cut it. Our next trellis system is for all the vining plants that have big fruits, like melons, squash, watermelons, and so on. Because of the sheer size of the fruit and the ability of the plant to branch out, we need a trellis system that is close to the ground and that has the ability to be as wide as we want it to be. Meet the A-frame trellis. This trellis can be made using simple PVC pipes with corner fittings at the top, and with them you will get a basic A-shaped structure that you can connect together with twine or some other rope to make a trellis out of it. Cheap, easy to make, and most of all, effective. And the best part is that at the end of the season, you can disassemble it and store it away without taking too much space. And you know why this method is so fantastic? Because at the start of the season, when the plant is not that big and the weather is still a little bit cold, you can place a row cover on top of it to make some sort of hoop house that will boost the growth of your plants early on. And we finally came to my favorite trellising method that works best with indeterminate plants that can be pruned to a single stem, like tomatoes, cucumbers, melons, and so on. I'm talking about the string trellising method. Yes, this method is the most expensive one to make, because you will need to make a supporting structure around your plants that will hold the string trellis. But other than that, it's very simple to make, and most important, this method is the most effective. And why's that? One problem that I have with all the previous methods when it comes to indeterminate plants is that they have a determinate height, and if your plant could grow bigger, it simply can't. Look at this tomato, how it's stretching out the pole, and because the pole is too short, there isn't any support left, and I'm sure this vine will snap under the load of the tomatoes on it. But with the string trellising method, you can extend the trellising structure to whatever length you want. At first, you grow them straight up, but when they reach the top, you can just untwine the string a little bit and lay your plants horizontally. In this way, you will gain some headroom, and your vining plants can grow taller and taller. You can repeat this process how many times you like, or until the end of the growing season. And you can see that with it, I grow my tomatoes about 15 feet tall. And if you dig that like button, I will grow them even taller this year, and give you all the tips on how to do it. To recap, use the pole trellising method with pole beans, the archway trellis with sugar snap peas, cucumbers or other plants with tendrils, the A-frame trellis with plants with big fruits like melons or watermelons, and finally build a string trellis system for your indeterminate plants like tomatoes and cucumbers. And remember, by growing vertically, you can grow more in the same space, theoretically increasing your yields per square foot of garden. Now, to learn more details how I made all the trellis systems, you can click on the video that pop on the screen. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe so you won't miss any other gardening tips and tricks. Happy gardening!